Good morning, my trippy hippies. Good morning. It is Tammy coming to you live today, back in the Hometown Hippie personal page. I'm here for Sunday sermon. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm very excited to be out of the pokey and post in groups again. I have missed everybody so much. But as you jump on here this morning, please do me a couple of favors. As always, say hello, tell me where you're watching from, and then also drop us a grateful fit in the comments. So I am live on my business page. I am live on the Hotel Hippie private group, and I'm also live in YouTube. So if you're watching me on YouTube, please do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button, hit the bell so you're notified when I go live, and give me some love over there. We're trying to build that channel up to make it more robust. There'll be some more cooking videos that'll be only stored over there. So even if you are watching here on Facebook, please do me a favor and head over to YouTube after this and find my channel and give it a like or a love. Now, this is way more fun with friends, and I'm not seeing any comments right now. So make sure that you are dropping comments in the comments. It's going to help people find the live, and do below what I ask you to do. Just do me a favor, say hello, tell me where you're watching from, and drop a grateful fit in the comments. That helps other people find the live, because Facebook told me when you come out of Facebook jail, we're going to put your stuff, good morning, to the bottom of the good morning, Norma Jean from Abilene. Good morning, happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. It is Mother's Day Monday, Mother's Day Sunday. And I'm here talking to y'all, and there's a reason, right? There's always a reason for everything. Everything happens as it's supposed to. And I was on the way here today, and I've had about 20 different starts of Sunday sermons, right? I've had about 20 different what I call a prompt, right? So sometimes I'll hear I will hear a whisper of a phrase, or I'll hear a song all week, or I will be laying in bed watching something on television, and I will hear a phrase that just resonates. And then I'll hear the phrase 6 more times. And that's kind of how the universe kind of gives me Sunday sermon. Well, this week, let me tell y'all, I have enough starts of Sunday sermons to probably write a book, which is also what I'm doing. But I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? I've not been given, good morning, Devin, one of those clear prompts, right? And so what I did before I came on here this morning, because I was I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's been a busy weekend. I have not really sat down and taken any time to ground myself or any of those things. So I got here this morning and I kind of walked around, because we did lose some power last night for a minute. And I know that because it was on the internet. People were complaining about not having power last night in my general store area. And then my biggest fear was walking in today, and everything in my freezers and fridge were just lost. And I was leaving the house this morning, and I took a deep breath, and I was I'm going to see the bright side of this no matter what. If I get there and everything's gone, I'm going to cry. I said, but I have insurance. I'm sure there's insurance for those things. I got here this morning. Everything was on. Everything was fine. Everything's cold and all the things. Nothing issues. The clocks were blinking, so we did lose power for a minute. But I'm not thinking it was very long. Everything was frozen in there and good. And I was here this morning when I got here, and I noticed everything was fine. I came in here and I was like, you know what? Let me get myself together. Let me call in my angels, guides, and helpers, all that are there to assist me, calling you in and calling you in now. And I asked to be a clear and perfect channel for the message that I was about to present. And the reason that I'm telling y'all all of this stuff, right, is because it's Mother's Day. And I feel like this message is going to be a lot for the moms. Whether you are a mom of 4-legged creatures, or you're a mom of 2-legged human people, or you are like me. I have stepchildren, don't get me wrong, but I am also kind of just got that big mom energy, right? Just want to do that big mom energy thing. My thing is momming of bigger kids. Little kids do not intrigue me at all to mom. I have no desire to mold little minds. But I do love to work with the older kids and the adult children to help them find a safe space in the world. And when I got here this morning, and I realized that I was worrying. I was worrying. I was worrying, and that's big mom energy, right? Tell me if you're a mom, what is probably the number one thing that you say that you do, right? You worry about your kids, you worry about your house, you worry about if you're doing enough. You have mom guilt. Anybody can say a hallelujah, amen if you're watching this morning. If you're a dude watching this morning, I'm sure you've heard if you have a mom in your life, even your own mother. If you are a person breathing, you have a mother. Someone gave birth to you, or something like that. Um, and if you had any time with them, they'll tell you, right? Your mom will say, like, they'll fuss at you, like, Mom, I'm fine. I just worry, right? I just worry. I know you're fine, but I just want to say it because I just worry about you. Or mom, or they, you know what I'm saying, right? The biggest thing that moms do, like, I think the biggest task of a mom is worry. It's a big task for all of us, right? Worry, worry, worry. And stress and think about all the worst case scenarios and all the things, because what you're trying to do, right, is you're trying to troubleshoot. You're trying to keep everybody safe in your bubble as a mom, and so you have to think about all the things that could go wrong, right? All the things. I remember being a kid and my mom telling me, like, I got my driver's license and I had been driving, and we had a farm, so I'd already been driving a little bit, but it was official. I had my driver's license and I could head out on the big open road, right? I had rules about where I could go, how many people could be in my car, and all the things. And my mom would tell me all the time, she was like, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I'm like, why do you hate that I have a car? I'm doing all these errands, all these things that are like helpful to the household. You're not having to come get me from sports practices, all the things. She's like, I worry about you being on the road. And that's when I first got my license and I was 16. And I'm like, well, that's normal. Moms worry about new drivers, all the things. And then I remember going off to college, and I was, 19, 18, 19. And before I could take a car, maybe even 20 before I had a car in college. And I've been driving for years, right? And I don't know what this is coming in for. It's a message here. I've been driving for years. And again, every time I would leave the house to go back to school, Mom was like, I just worry. It's a long ride. Just worry about you. Same thing. I turned 21. She's like, oh, now I'm worried that you're going to drink and drive. And then the next thing, I'm worried about this. And then I remember when my sister had her kids and she was going to her, mom was like, I'm just worried about the babies in the back. Make sure you pay attention. But I remember my mom was always, always, always telling me and letting me know how much she worried about me being safe, healthy, happy, getting to where I was. And driving is just a good example of that, because I feel like this is a good analogy for what I'm talking about with moms today. It's coming in. I just had a moment of clarity. So again, do me a favor, say hello if you haven't done so already. Do be like Devin, be like Norma Jean. She says, Happy Mother's Day from Chesterfield. Hello, where she's watching from. And then she dropped a grateful fan in the comment. Also, because Facebook is hiding me terribly, if you can pound on one of those reactions, if you're watching on Facebook, hit the heart. Nobody can see, I can't see it. Hit the heart, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, right? This is coming in this morning, right? I was talking about the worry, all the worry the moms in the world do. And today's message is, don't worry, be happy. And I did not know that today's message was going to be, but today's message is out there to everyone is, don't worry, be happy, right? So I'm going to tell you this. Worrying gets you nowhere. I drove in today worrying about the shop because, honestly, this business, each and every one of you, everyone that's either a client, a friend, a customer, employee, a member of the team, if you are in the sphere of influence related to the store in any kind of shape, fashion, or form, right? I love you and I care about you, and I feel like you're all part of my extended child, my extended family, everyone. And as I was driving in, I was physically worrying about the equipment. All the things here are part of it. Hey, Denny, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for saying hello. Tell us where you're watching from and dropping us a grateful fan. We appreciate you. And when I got here and everything was fine, right? I dropped my shoulders. I unclenched my jaw. I felt much more like myself. I could do all the things. Messages started coming in. I was able to ground myself here in this space because I was no longer worrying or stressing. And then I thought about it, and I'm going to take this to you, right? How many of you out there are exhausted from worry? You've got things coming at you like bills and kids being silly and concerns about everything, right? The world, the TV will tell you every day what to be stressed about, what to worry about. You can get on the internet and there'll be trolls reminding you. There'll be clickbait articles about the sky is falling. I feel like if you're trying to walk in the light, the thing that the darkness will always do is keep you in worry. And I recognized when I got here today, I worried all the way up and down Third. I was driving down Third Street. I'm like, well, that's on, that's on, that's on. I hope that our transformer's on. I spent so much time this morning and even last night worrying about something that I could not control, that I could not fix, that was going to be what it was going to be. And as soon as I got here, there was no reason to be worried, right? And it's interesting because I talk about my mom worrying all the time. My dad would say, don't worry till there's something to worry about. Like, there's nothing to worry about. You're making stuff up in your head. And I always say worrying is praying for something that you don't want to happen, right? Worrying about something is praying for the opposite thing that you want to happen because you are on it. Your brain is on repeat on it. What if this, what if that, what if this, what if that? And your brain is constantly talking about it and you're putting it out there to the universe, and the universe hears the power should be off. Not what if the power's off. It says the power's off. What if the bank account's overdrawn? It hears the bank account's overdrawn. It doesn't hear the what ifs, right? It hears you asking for those things on repeat. I don't have no money for groceries. No money for groceries. You want no money for groceries. I got you. You're done, right? I want you to listen to my words today. And I know that they're easier said than done. We have to stop worrying. Worrying is stealing our joy. Now, I am not saying that you don't think of consequences, that you don't do the right thing. So do what you want. You don't worry about anything. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is if you are doing your best, if you are living the 4 agreements, right? Never assume. Impeccable with your language. Take nothing personally and always do your best. You, my friends, have nothing to worry about. And even if maybe you're working on those things, there's still no reason to worry. We are divinely guided. We are divinely protected. Walk your life in a way that is pleasing to you, right? If you are, and we talk about if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. And my sister said, I've been listening to your Sunday sermons. I've been hearing you say that. And just sometimes that sounds very much like we're, she's like, kind of cut off with that. People are not going to hear you when you say that all the time. There's a different way to say it. And she sent me a message. I'm going to see if I can, I hope it's still in here. I hope it's not in Snapchat. I hope it's in Insta. I hope it's in Insta because I didn't know this was coming out. So let's see. No, I don't have it. Let me check one more place. She sent me something that was very profound that she's like, I want you to think about this. Is it a real? I'm going to find it, y'all, and I'm going to share it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to share it with y'all when I find it, because you know me, I can't ever find anything when I need it. Oh, yeah, that was something else. That was the Kingdom of Gallons. Hey there. What I'm saying is this. Worrying gets us nowhere. And I was trying to talk about if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. What I want you to hear is this, right? We need to take accountability for the bullshit in our life by taking ownership of what role we play in the bullshit, right? A lot of the things, the changing it and choosing, that was the message. It was basically saying, that was it came in just then. It was basically saying, right, to heal, we have to take ownership for the role we play in our suffering. And that's what it was. That's like, if you're not changing it, you're choosing it, right? And so when we say as moms, right, is when we say as moms how worried we are and how overstressed we are and all of that, I want you to think about how much of your own personality body, of your own worry, of your own making is your downfall, right? If you're worrying about something, you're praying for things you don't want to happen, and you're talking about it, you're speaking it into existence. And I'm going to tell y'all a good example of this, right? We have had a very, very, very busy last week here at the Grateful Fed Catering Company and the Hometown Hippie, right? We fed just in catering orders about 300 people. And then we had North Street Desserts. Then we had our Hometown Hippie stuff. We had extra birthday cakes. We did a crepe cake with diplomat cream. I say we, Grace did it for me. Selena did 50 mini cupcakes for a surprise order with beautiful gluten-free on top of that. And all I said all weekend long, right, was, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. God, I'm tired. I kept saying that. I kept putting that to the universe, right? So if I'm tired and my body's worn out, and I'm asking for it, right? I need to take ownership, right? Ownership for the troubles of my life that I created. And if I'm not changing that I'm tired, then I'm choosing to be tired, right? Do you see where I'm going? Does anybody, can I get, if you know where I'm going with this, can I get a hell yeah? Can I get, okay, I'm following? Can I get some kind of back and forth? There's 7 of you watching today. We usually have a lot more in the comments. And I want to make sure that y'all are here today. If you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in. Do the things below. Say hello. Tell us where you're watching from. Drop a grateful Fed in the comments. We are here for this first Sunday sermon back in the Hometown Hippie group. And we're talking about how moms spend a lot of time worrying. And I want y'all to take some time, and I want you to say this, right? I want you to say, I have done my best. If you are walking from a place of doing your best, right? If you did your best and you know that, then the chips are going to fall exactly where they should. This planet is spinning. The vibration of the earth is what it is. It's right. It's raising violently fast, right? The vibration of the planet is raising just quickly. I feel like energy is moving faster. More people are waking up to spirituality, to understanding that there's karmic things at play, all the things, right? And as this world is expanding and the frequency is rising, it is our responsibility to also, right, figure out how we fit. And a lot of people who are worrying right now is because they're not tuned in. They're not grounded. They're not firmly in their root chakra. They're not, I am okay, right? And that's what we've been doing this energy series. And for moms, I'm going to encourage you to understand this, right? Whether you breastfeed or you bottle feed, you worry about whether that's right. Whether you stay at home with your kids and you worry about the finding and having to ask whoever for money, or you decide to work and try to balance it out, right? There's always, and I'm using this as a Mother's Day example because it's Mother's Day. If you're a dude, it's the same thing, right? You worry about one thing, you worry about something else. There's always guilt, am I too masculine? All the things that we all go through every day, the battles that we play with ourselves, right? I want you to stop for a minute, and I want you to take a deep breath in. I want everybody watching me to do this with me, because you're gonna see this in action. And it's coming in now. We're gonna do the thing. Okay, I got an idea. That's usually when I gotta whisper, right? I want everyone to stop what you're doing, and I want you to inhale through your nose, a big deep inhale. What I say is inhale the good shit. Inhale all of the possibilities, all of the joy. Inhale the good, the clean oxygen, right? And I want you to fill up your lungs, a little bit more air in. And now I want you to hold it for about 1, 2. And as you get ready to exhale here on a big, solid exhale, I want you to get rid of anything you're worried about right now. Money doesn't matter. I'm divinely guided. I'm stressing over nothing, right? Just take those deep breaths in, inhaling that good, clean life energy, the all is well, exhaling all of the things that no longer serve you. I'm guessing we're going to do a little guided meditation today. So if you are somewhere where you can close your eyes and get comfortable in your chair, we're going to do a little release of worry and standing in our I am chakra, of our root chakra of I am enough, I am worthy, and I have nothing to worry about, right? There's nothing to worry about. So if you're up for that, can I get a amen? Let's do this. Something in the comments. If you're on board, let's go. Something. So what I want you to do this morning is I want you to get comfortable in your chair. Maybe you're laying in bed still because you can. If you're somewhere where you can kind of get yourself centered, right? And just like we just started with everything kind of starts with a breath, right? So I want you to get comfortable where you are. I want you to just kind of like take a big, deep breath in through your nose. If you're not driving or doing something crazy, I want you to kind of on that next big inhale, I want you to close your eyes. And as you take that next exhale, I want you to drop your shoulders. And then fall into your normal breathing pattern, whatever that may be. The deeper, the better. The fuller, the better. Now, as you do that, on the next inhale, you're going to take that big inhale, filling up all the places in your body that you may feel a little tension and unease. Let the breath go there. And on the exhale, allow whatever's ailing you or worrying you or stressing you out to go with the breath out, to be transmuted into the universe through the fires of the earth into something that is way more useful than worry. And as you do that, you're going to drop your shoulders. Release the tension from your neck and your shoulders, dropping them down to your side, feeling kind of loosey-goosey. You can kind of twirl your neck, feeling the tension leave it, right? Release your jaw, like move it around. Get your body feeling the stretching, right? Just stretch yourself out. Now, as you're here in this deep breath with your eyes closed, your body should be fully supported in your bed or your chair or wherever you're sitting. Feel how it holds you up, and then it's got you with no problems. Now I want you to imagine a bright white light coming in from the top of your head, to the top of your crown. Imagine it being a giant spotlight from heaven, a giant spotlight or a beam of light coming from the heavens down into your crown chakra. That color might be white for you. I want you to recognize what color this light is for you, because we all have a different light coming in. Right? Some might be yellow, some might be blue, some might be green, magenta, violet, whatever your color of your light is. Take notice of that. On each inhale, I want you to pull more of that light in, pulling it down through your crown into your ajna or your third eye, filling you up with that light, bringing it down to the throat chakra, letting it know that you are supported in your words, supported in the messaging that you give others. And if you're a mom, knowing that the words you use impact a profound impact on your children, that they know that they are loved, that they are protected, and that you've always got them. Now move that light down into your heart chakra and feel the warmness in your chest. And I want you to bring in your mind's eye a time that makes your heart very happy, a time when you felt most loved, or you felt maybe it's the birth of your child. Maybe it's your wedding day. Maybe it's a birthday for yourself where all your friends and family showed up. Whatever that moment is, there's no wrong answers. I want you to take a moment here in this heart space and expand that light by bringing in that happy, loving memory. Let's spend a few moments here in the heart chakra, letting that memory just wash around and bring all the joy and the light to your life today. Now on that next giant inhale, I want you to bring that light down into your solar plexus, into your belly. I want you to take that light and I want you to move that down to your sacral, right? To your, basically where all your reproductive organs are. Bring that down there. If you're a mom, I want you to hold that light there, and I want you to give some love to that area a little bit for allowing you to bring forth life. My body does not bring forth life in that way, but I send my etheric ovaries and all those things love, because they allowed me, they did exactly what they're supposed to do to allow me to be the person I am today, to give mom energy and mom love to all of you. So even if maybe you're not happy with your ovaries, you should still send them love and thank them for serving their purpose, because everything in our body, everything within us serves a purpose. And let that chi energy that you're calling in just fill you up there. Now on that next inhale, bring it down to the root chakra, right? The I am. And I want you to think in this place right here, I am amazing. You can say that out loud, or you can keep it to yourself inside. I am worthy. Again, into your out loud, the more veracity in which you say it, the more the universe believes it, and the more your body hears it. I am love. Same exact thing. Letting that light just swish around, and the more that you believe that you are worthy, the brighter the light gets. And I want you to use that light to send yourself some love. And in this root chakra is the place to do that. I am strong. I am powerful. I am worthy. I am love. I am perfect just as I am. The world is a better place because I am here. And each of you should be saying these things to yourself as you send that light to that root chakra. Now let's take take that light down through our legs, feeling it warm up our thighs, healing our knees so they may carry us through and make us flexible in this life. Now imagine them as they go from your knees being like roots to a tree, massive, long, ever growing, and let those roots go down from that column of light through your calves into your feet, wiggling your toes, feeling how it's rooted into the ground. If you have your feet on the ground, that's even better. But imagine the roots from your feet growing down miles and miles into the earth and miles out either way, planting you to the planet as they bust through the core of the earth. All of the worry that you sent through that light, all the things that no longer serve that you exhaled, has been transmuted through the fire of the core of the planet, because energy is never ending. It is only transmuted and changed. Allowing the roots to break through the other side of the planet and connect back to the heavens with your light coming in for your crown, creating a circle and a bubble of energy for you. Wear that energy bubble like a protection suit, like a space suit to help you breathe oxygen. And know that in this place you are protected. Know that in this place you are love. And know that you are divine and you are of divine. And we are all here supporting you in this place. Anytime that you are worrying, you pull that worry out of your safe space and you put it through the planet. Every time you have a worry, take a moment to send that down through the cosmos, around the cosmos, through the core of the earth into the fire, to have it transmuted to love and light, because it does not serve. Now, as you take the next breath, I want you to take that energy suit and I want you to wrap it around yourself like a mummy suit. I want you to wrap it like a bubble suit, like a sumo suit, whatever your suit looks like. Take notice of what that suit looks like. Are you wearing a big sumo suit? Are you wearing like a padded suit? What kind of bubble, what kind of wrapping did this love and light put around you? Mine kind of looks like one of those atom lights spinning around beautifully, just protecting me like an atom. I'm standing inside of it. And I want you to know that this is a place that you can stay from, right? You can stay right there in this worry-free zone, and you can come back here anytime you want to. Now, what I want you to do is take a next inhale and a next exhale, and I want you to be present in the room that you're in. You can do that by moving your neck around, fluttering of the eyes, the softness of the hands, and bring yourself back to this time and this place, knowing that you are protected and guided, and that worry serves no purpose but to stress you out and to bring your vibration down. And when you start to do it, you can find this place, you can put this worry through the center of the earth, and that you can be whole again. And as we come back, I'd like to say namaste to each and every one of you, because the divine in me recognizes the divine in you. And I hope that you enjoyed this little exercise this morning. So take a few minutes to come back. If anybody would like to share what color their light was, what their suit looked like, what their happy moment was, I would love, love, love for you to share in the comments if you feel compelled to. If you do not, I understand completely. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But that's what you do with worry. So it was interesting because the message I got was, we've talked about worrying forever. And you tell them if they're not changing it, they're choosing it. Things are easier said than done. And if you don't have the tools to do the things you need to do to feel better, then you're going to stay in the worry cycle. So as we move into this next season, right, this is Mother's Day. We're coming into this June 1st. Schools are getting out. We're moving into the summer vacation. We're coming from spring into summer. Happy Mother's Day from Lynchburg. Happy Mother's Day from Farmville. I want you to know that we are going to be doing more of what do you do when exercises here on our woo-woo side. I feel like we've got enough of a basis now that the basics have been covered. Sometimes I go over those things over and over, get new people coming in, but those are all saved. All of those lives are saved. So we're going to be taking more time to actually start doing some actionable items, right? Things like, if I'm feeling out of sorts, how do I not stay in that place? And that's what our energy series is always about. We just got done with the root chakra. We're still kind of in the root chakra, but we've moved on to sacral now. And so as we do that, there'll be more tools coming out for that. We do have root chakra teas. We do have a lot of things for that. But it's also about just taking some time for us to know, like, let's find a guided meditation. Take a pattern interrupt. Take a pause in the worrying. That's what I was trying to show you, right? Because I felt like as I was talking about things that you worry about, somebody out there was picking up, and versus seeing the message, they were going, oh yeah, I do have to do that. Oh yeah, I have to worry about that. Oh, now I'm worried about this. And you were picking up the worry piece, not the stop worrying. You were picking up all the things I was talking about that people worry about. You were reminded of the things you were worried about. And God, source, whatever said, let's stop it. Let's show them how to stop it. So if you're out there this week and you're not on a Sunday sermon on Mother's Day, where on Mother's Day everybody's like letting you have some grace, right? You get to not cook today. You get to no, I'll take care of it, Mom, right? If that is the case, you now know something you can do to stop the worry cycle. And when I got in here this morning and I saw that everything was fine, I knew that today's message was going to be about worrying and how it steals your joy, and how worrying is doing nothing more than praying for things you don't want to happen. And I took a moment to do that exercise that I did with y'all. And I did it in about 30 seconds for myself. I know how to do that. I'm like calling the light in, letting it go through, filling all the places up, putting that worry back to the earth. Sometimes I'll even pluck the worry out of my head. I'll go, that doesn't serve me. Let me get this out of my head. Let me get it out of my energy space, right? So Norma Jean, thank you for sharing. I'm going to share this, okay? My protection bubble is sort of a large beach ball that protects me inside of it as the world bounces around me with crazy energy. I love that so much. And that's interesting because mine was kind of like one of those things, like you would notice, like people get into those and like the things go around before they get turned into like a fly man or something, or wasp man or Spider Man or whatever. So it's kind of the same thing. It's like this atom, like the lights kind of go like a centrifuge around me, and then that way I can kind of, because I'm kind of a crazy energy too. So sometimes I can bump off stuff and I can like not mess it up. That's why I made mine a little weird. But I appreciate you for sharing that, Norma Jean. That's beautiful. And I hope that there's room inside your pink beach ball for some other good energy. I'd love to come over and visit you in your energy suit. But I love that so much. My Adam will be glad to come over and see your beach ball. We can hang out, right? But that's the thing I'm telling y'all, right? It's just as simple as creating a safe space for yourself, a space to say why, like stop, pattern interrupt. Taking that meditation, what it does is it takes you outside of your mental body of the worry and puts you back into your physical body, because you're imagining that light coming through your body. And then you can recognize, right, that it's way bigger here than it really is in reality. Right? How many people have ever like been worried, and then it happened? It's like, oh, what was I worried about? Maybe it was being like getting a shot. Kids always like, I don't want to get a shot. I'm gonna go. But the reality of it is it's way less than what we make it out to be. And as we as mothers specifically, and I tell y'all this all the time, and dads out there too, right? If you have kids and you are a mom, they are learning from your example. Teach them early how to make their energy suit. Teach them early how to not worry because it does nothing for them. And that's the message today, right? Is that we lead by example. We always do our best. We're impeccable with our language. We take nothing personally. And we take nothing personally, always do our best, be impeccable with our language, and never assume anything. And when I tell you to do those things, right, when I say this is the things that I've read, these are the things that work in my life, it doesn't mean that I'm perfect at it. It means that I strive every day to do those things. Do I falter? Yes. Does that worry me? Sometimes. But what I know is this. What I know is if you're consistent in the way that you care for yourself, and the way that you care for yourself, I don't mean like you go to the spa every day and the gym every day and blah, 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 blah. But as a mom, the things we worry about for our kids, the things we say, I can't for me because I have to for them. I am telling you right now, your family, your children need to see how you take care of yourself, because it sets an example of how they will do it for themselves as adults. If you stress yourself out over things that you can't afford, they will do the same. If you say I'm tired, I'm just so tired, your kids are going to pick up on that and they're going to use that. So if you worry about your kids, I want you to stop and worry about yourself, because they are mimicking you. They are. Now, for the 10 people out there, 6 of you watching, but there's 10 people out there, I just have a feeling, who just got like a weird thing in their stomach thinking, man, now I'm worried about something a whole lot different. Stop worrying. And if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. You need to be aware of the role you play in your own suffering. And that is not to place blame. That is not to add guilt. That is not for worrying, because you cannot start the process of being better until you understand why you're not where you want to be. And that means taking ownership of things. That means saying, you're right, I am choosing it. Oh, I can't because I can't. You can because you can. And that's just the truth of the matter. And the worry exercise we just did with the pink bubble and all those things is because I want you to know, and even if you're even in the darkest of times, you can go to that heart space where there is love there, and you can remember that, and you can find gratitude in that, and you're grateful for that. You can go do the exercise and find your bubble suit and say, right now, I need to go get into my bubble suit, let the energy around the world kind of get off of me, and then I can regroup and go be a better version of myself, right? But simply sitting around all day, all afternoon, all the time, and just stressing and playing on repeat what is not right is not fixing anything. It's not even fixing anything. It's not changing anything. It's not allowing you to be the best version, the favorite version, the healthiest, the wisest, the version of you that you strive to be. Now, I want to pull a card. Does that all make sense to everybody? I'm so glad to be back. What's going on for y'all for Mother's Day? I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to also look and see. I got a little message here. See what's going on. So anyway, I want each and every one of you to know that you are divinely guided, you are protected, you are wise about more than you recognize, and I want you to take a deep breath in anytime you need to. Gather up all the worry and blow it out. That's all I'm saying, right? That's all I'm saying. But the way that I was able to do that was by changing some things I was doing, right? I realized if I was taking deep breaths about something more than I was just living, right? If I felt myself in worry more than I was in joy, I then had to take a moment and journal about the things that I was stressing over and the things that I was worrying about and the things of this and the things of that, right? And I then I have to go find the things and I have to go work through the things. I have to go change those things. And I have to, recognize when I'm swollen up and I'm hurting, I can take those deep breaths about like, man, my body hurts or I'm tired. I'm like, okay, I need to get more rest. I need to drink more water. I need to eat better foods. That's the role that I played in that suffering, right? If I was stressing over money, if I was kept finding myself taking deep breaths over money, I'm giving you some advice here, y'all. I would stop what I was doing and start looking at my finances because avoiding them does nothing, right? Avoiding them does nothing. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. So those moments are also ways that you can start that healing process, right? Of recognizing the things in which you have to be real about yourself with. If you find yourself more sad with your partner than you find yourself happy with your partner, you have to recognize the role you play in your own suffering. If you're not changing it, you're choosing it. Those are the things that I talk about when I say that. That's what I mean with that. It's not about it's my fault. I'm the one that I've got to do this. It's about recognizing what it is that is taking the joy and the air from you and replacing it with the things that bring you joy and breathe air into you. Not that they suck it out, but they breathe it in. So let's pull our crystal card today. And we're going to see what the cosmos have for us on this Mother's Day. But I want y'all to take some time, right? One of the things that I was going to ask for Mother's Day, but I never got asked. I just didn't talk about it because I was so busy. Was one of the things that I really wanted was a new nice journal, but it's a Tammy journal, right? A Tammy journal. I wanted a special journal for a special reason. I'm gonna go buy myself one. Don't get me wrong, but it's for things like this, right? It's my worry journal. I want to that's the things that are not happening, and I want to breathe life. That's what the journal. I want to have my life affirming journal basically. So what I want y'all to do today is I want you to think about the things that cause you stress, and I want you to exhale those things, inhale it, and put something in its place. And okay. um, 3 cards literally jumped out of the deck, and it's really interesting because I don't normally do 3. I don't normally get 3 cards, and they came out in order. This is the order they came out in. Aquamarine, go with the flow. Lapis Lazuli, make a decision. And Labradorite, see the magic. We're going to start with Aquamarine. I don't know if something's up with this one. This one's going to get me today, I feel like. Okay, where's my, I don't know why. Go with the flow. Aquamarine, go with the flow. This is the first of the 3 messages. Stay fluid. If one way of doing things isn't working, find another. Remain open to seeing things from different vantage points and perspectives. If plans change or obstacles arise, chart a new course to get to the other side. You are like water, unstoppable. Keep moving and you will get to where you want to go. Sometimes it just takes a bit of fluidity to get there. No matter how strong the current, remember to go with the flow and enjoy the ride. That's a good card, right? 4 questions for your journals, right, this week. This is about worry, right? This is about worry and going with the flow and not worrying about things. This is the core questions. It never fails. It always comes around. Always figure out what the message was at the end, right? Core questions. What causes you to feel attached to an outcome? What causes you to feel attached to an outcome? Gripping, right? What could result if you were flexible? How can you show up to meet the unexpected changes? Right? Crystal action. Affirm. This is a good one this is exactly the affirmation for worriers. Okay. This is a great affirmation if you worry. Affirm this week. I surrender to the ebbs and flows of life. Today, release your expectations for how situations are supposed to go. Stay fluid and go with the flow. Aquamarine. Don't worry. Be happy, right? Lapis lazuli. Make a decision. Decisions. We spend so much time trying to avoid them. There is a time to be thoughtful and contemplative, and then there's a time to make a choice. If you're not changing it, you're choosing it. Avoid the trappings of staying in limbo and commit to decisions you make. Your inner wisdom will guide you, but it's up to you to see your choice through. Let go of your needs for a backup plan or escape route and trust that you have made the right decision for you. Invest yourself fully in your choices. You can always change your mind, but you have to make up your mind first. Core questions. When do you struggle to make a decision? When you worry about the outcome from go with the flow, right? When are you afraid to commit to your decisions? Fear. We don't live in fear. What can you do right now to make good choices? Here's your affirmation for this week. I am committed and decisive. Today, make a decision, no matter how big or small, and commit to it 100%. Who's going to do that today, right? Good morning, good morning. And last but certainly not least is Labradorite. Labradorite. Let's see what Labradorite is going to tell us today. All right, Labradorite. There is magic all, and it's the card says, see the magic. There is magic all around you if you lift your gaze from your everyday path. You will find it around every corner. It is in the beauty of a rainbow, the mystery of the stars, a hug from a friend, and the innocence of a child's laugh. Open your eyes to the many miracles. Many miracles along life's journey. Be participant in the world around you. Believe in divine timing and put your full trust in life's plan. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Take a look around and you will find your North Star guiding the way towards your destiny. Core questions. If you could make a wish, what would you wish for? What was the last sign you received to let you know you're on the right path? This card's very big for me today, y'all. These cards are very big. The affirmations this week for this one. There is magic all around supporting me. Today, pay attention to the signs of the universe that show up in your life, letting you know you're exactly where you need to be. Stop worrying. Make a decision. And know that you are divinely guided and supported, and the universe will bring you along the way every time. When you stop worrying, you start choosing it and changing it, right? You start changing it, not choosing it. You start taking control of your life and make decisions for you. You will see the connection to God because you are standing in your true purpose. And that is our cards today, y'all. And that is exactly what the message was from me. And the cards even did it in order, which is crazy, that they pulled us out here with these 3 cards to tell us, go with the flow. You are going to be fine. Life's going to have ups. Life's going to have downs. You are doing a good job. You are divinely supported and guided. When you are stressing, you're not able to make a decision. When you let go of that and you start letting go and getting in flow, you're going to find that these decisions are so much easier to make. And when you find that, you know why? It's because the magic. The universe is going to show you signs constantly. That's big for me. My wish is to have a good relationship with my daughter. Today's Mother's Day, and my daughter still isn't talking to me. And I'm going to ask, and I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. I can't see your name. Don't tell me. Do not tell me. It's none of my business. I can see it later. But I want to say this to you. We have to take ownership for our own role in our distress. And that's an important. I don't want to see it. I didn't want to see it, but I hear you. You have to take responsibility and you have to make a decision and you have to let it go. You can't control what she does. You can control what you do. And, it will work out like it's supposed to. You have to just stop worrying about it. You have to trust, stand in your power, and then you have to see the magic around it. I'm going to say this because, and I know this is hard for people to hear, and there's probably people out there that are listening that I don't even know are listening. Kids, children, nieces, nephews, the next generation of kids, right? It sucks when we grow apart, when things happen where there's a breakdown. I have some situations where there's a no contact between a parent and a child that I'm very close to. They just don't talk to each other. And I felt very put in the middle of it for a very long time. And I felt odd about it. Like, how do I cooperate in this situation? I don't let the person who is the parent and this situation is very close to me, blame it on the child. And I'm not going to let the child blame it on the parent because they both had a role in it. The problem that they have with their communication breakdown is that neither one of them will recognize and accept their own role and why there's no contact. And I can see it from the outside looking in that if either one of them would let down their wall of I'm not apologizing, I didn't do anything. If both of them, I'm doing what's right for me, whatever the case may be, if you would recognize it I told the person, I was like, look at it from their perspective, from their specific perspective. And I said, here's the thing. People are in your life for a reason or a season, and I do not believe that blood makes you family. I do not believe that. I believe we choose our family. We have a biological family, and there's people in my biological family that very few of them are supportive of me. Very few of them talk to me. We just don't. We don't have anything in common. We don't do the same things. We don't have the same beliefs. We don't behave in the same way. And just because in this incarnation they're in my blood biological family does not mean that they are my family. And I mean that down to kids. Fuck them. Some people just aren't meant to be in your life, right? It's a choice to be family, not an obligation. And I told the person who I love dearly this. I don't know. I was like, you know what? I'm like, there's trauma there. There's energy. There's a healing that's going to be probably a soul contract. But I stay out of it because it's theirs. I have to. It's not mine to fix. I can be there as a support and say, look at it from the other perspective. And, we see posts from this person all the time. And my person says, this is such BS. And I'm like, some of it is. But we can't say that because we didn't see the world through their perspective. We don't know how they felt. And I'm like, I can understand how it can be translated that way because it can be. And when I stop and try to say, look at it from this perspective, think about this. My grandson is in the middle. I don't understand why I don't like it. I'm still living my best life, but I miss her face. And last week I found found 5 4-leaf clovers and 2 5-leaf clovers. My question to the universe was, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, please let me know. Show me, please, and I'll look down. I love that, right? And I would ask the universe, Lisa. I would take some time of meditation, and I would ask Source, God, whatever you believe, whatever, I don't yuck anybody's yum, whatever words you use, and I would say, I want you to really get clear, right? I want you to do what the card said, baby. I want you to stop worrying and get in the flow. Then I want you to make a decision. Say, I'm going to do what I need to do, right? To either one, regain this relationship, and I want to do whatever it takes. That's my goal. And that's a decision. Like, right? Like I told my person, like, you can make a decision. You can either say, I want to actively pursue fixing this relationship because I love it and I miss it and I want it and my heart desires it. So, or make the decision that you don't have that relationship, and then stop picking at it and pull the Band-Aid off. Talk to that person, write that person a letter and say, obviously in this incarnation, we have a soul contract, and I've made a decision that I'm not going to solve it in this lifetime. I'm sure we'll see each other again in another lifetime, and we'll play this whole thing out however it needs to play out. Or if you want to repair this, say, hey, our relationship's been strained for the last 10 years, and I miss you, and I want to fix this, and I love you, and I don't know how to go about it. I said, but if ego or pride won't let you do one of those things, I was like, then you're going to sit in this lifetime and stew and fester. But what I'm saying is, if you make that decision, get in flow. Like, I'm going to stop worrying about it. Make a decision, right? Do I want to save this? Do I not want to save this? And if that person's not ready, then the universe has answered your question, right? See the magic in it, and understand the magic in it. And a lot of times we don't understand the reasons. But I told my person, I'm like, I need you to make a decision. Well, this is this. I'm like, it's not mine to make. It's not mine to make. And I was like, and I am not going to be in the middle of that relationship situation. I am not going to get involved because it's something you have to do for you. And this parent-children relationships can be very, very, very difficult to navigate as children get older. We all have our own. When I stopped judging others' feelings and the validity of them, they came back. It just has to be in your time. Exactly. And that's what I told my person. I said, my person's not ready. My person's not ready. It's the child obviously is. The child posts a lot of things about, it sucks this happens. I'm not going to beg a baby in my kid's life, that kind of stuff. And my person gets really upset by it. Like the adult is very upset. It's like, blah, 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 blah. And, it's interesting that do something about it. Pick up the phone. You get the phone number. But you're bullheaded. I got a bullheaded one too. But I said, it's no longer my responsibility to be the referee of this situation. And sometimes people choose sides. And I had a very tough relationship with my dad for many years. He cheated on my mom, and he can't deny it. I can say it online. That's my story. I lived it. I know it. And he can be pissed if he wants to. He's probably why he doesn't talk to me a whole lot, because I tell his business online. He don't get online no more. But I was like, I'm telling my business. That's what happened to my family. And if you don't like the role you played in that story, then you have to change it, sir. Then you have to make amends for that. I can't do that. That's my story, right? That is my story. And I said to my dad, I was like, I didn't talk to my dad for years because, he's with the person that my mom got her heart broken with. And it hurts my feelings to be around them all the time. It does. It bothers the shit out of me as an adult. But I said my relationship, I made a decision. I got in flow. I asked the universe to protect me. I looked at perspectives, all the things. And I worked my way through that, right? Nobody else could do that for me but me. And I told my person, right? I said, when I decided I wanted to have a relationship with my dad, I figured out a way to have one. But when I was still living in my sorrow, my misery, he was just another person I could be mad at versus seeing my own fault in it. And so what I told my person was, you have to make steps if you want the relationship. It's not going to be there. You have to make the effort if you want it. If you want it, go after it. Don't care about pride. Don't care about ego. Say, I love you enough to what I will do what it takes to be around you. If it hurts your heart that bad, just do what you got to do. And then you can work relationships through and set boundaries, whatever. I was like, but if you want it, make it happen. Yeah, I know. It sucks and it's hard. I don't know your situation, but I'm just saying a lot of times we just have to look at perspective, take our egos and our personality bodies out of it, and it kind of works itself out. I didn't come here today to do this. It was not my goal. But it's always about those cards, what they said is like, when I got in flow, I made a decision that I wanted a relationship with my dad, whatever it looked like. I wanted some kind of relationship with my dad. It might not be the perfect relationship, but it's something I can still give him a hug and hear his voice and know he's okay. And I looked at the perspective was he may have been a shit husband, but he was a great dad. For most part, my dad was a great dad. And my mom said all the time, stop being mad at your daddy. He didn't do such shit to you. But I was like, I love you too much not to be mad at him for you. And, there were some things choices I made in my life I felt like were stemmed from that. And I had to work myself through those healing journeys. But that's the part of it, right? It's about giving yourself permission to heal and move forward from these things. And that's the goal of this. When I talked about worry today, it was not to ramp you up and make you worry. It was about giving you the tool to help you not worry anymore. Or if you do, a way to stop it, stop the stinking thinking, pattern interrupt it, and figure out a way to, you know, make it a little bit of a better day. So on that note, y'all, it is after an hour. I did not want to stay an hour today. I got a few things I have to do here, plus a little order in. Then I'm going to go visit my mother-in-law for Mother's Day and then stop by the cemetery to see my mama. And if you're out there and you're celebrating Mother's Day, whatever it may be, four-legged step, two-legged, you're a mom to others. If you're got mom energy, I want to wish you a very happy Mother's Day. We all deserve a day to kind of say, good job, us, right? Good job, moms. Dad's Day is coming. Don't worry, guys. We got you on lockdown. It's funny just when you were reading this card. Guess I needed this today. You're very welcome. You're very, very, very welcome. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will be back this week for some more lives. What's Up Wednesday for sure. That's what's going on today, y'all. I love you so much. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Mother's Day. Good news for everybody out there. Mercury is over. I love it. I love it. Good news. I love that so much. Thank you for letting us know that, Norma Jean. And as Elizabeth says, yes, a little peace, a little love, and a little feast, y'all. And happy Mother's Day. And as always, stay elevated and have a great day. I'll talk to y'all soon.